So there are new questions about Senator Kelly Loeffler's stock trades during COVID and whether she and her husband may have traded on inside information. This is a report from Huffpost. Senator Kelly Loeffler's husband bought stock in sectors set to benefit from a then-secret bill. So context here, you'll remember back in March when the economy was in free fall and Republicans were just starting to draft that CARES Act bill.
Yes.
When the text of that was still secret, Loeffler's husband started buying stocks in very specific sectors, insurance and energy in particular, that ended up benefiting from very specific provisions in this bill. So this wasn't something where like, oh, you could sort of generally place a bet here based on the expectation that there was going to be stimulus. There were these particular tax treatment write-offs within this bill that ended up disproportionately, like overwhelmingly benefiting the insurance industry. And Loeffler's husband happened to buy stocks in that very industry for some of these big players that ended up overwhelmingly benefiting from that bill. Who could have known? Wow, you really got lucky there. What a surprise.
Loeffler's husband purchased between $250,000 and $500,000 of a company's individual stock. Later, when the couple faced pressure to press their holdings, he appears to have sold those shares at a profit. Now, senators only report stock sales with dollar ranges, so it's impossible to say how much money that they made. Now, okay, look, we're looking into this. This guy, just for context, is the chair of the company that owns the New York Stock Exchange. They have a collective net worth of around $500 million. So
she's the richest member of Congress.
She's the richest member of Congress. Does a measly $100,000 mean something to somebody worth $500 million? I don't know. You know, these type of people, maybe every dollar is not enough. But the appearance is enough of a problem for me, and I think it should be enough of a problem for everyone, which is why does a senator who is worth so much money basically day trading on possible non-public information in order to make extra profits? It truly shows that there is no limit to a lot of people's greed. Number one, even if this is non-public information, it's like, you really need it. You're worth $500 million.
Right,
you know?
seriously.
It's like you're gambling around on 250. Like,
it's worth it to you to have this like disgusting appearance of corruption, even if it turns out to be innocent.
Right.
And this was not actually illegal insider trading, which I'm highly skeptical of, by the way. It looks pretty bad here on the merits. But let's give them the benefit of the doubt.
Let's say it's fine.
The appearance of corruption here is disgraceful. And this isn't the first time that she's faced major questions about her trades with regards to COVID. Previously, the question was about they dumped a bunch of stock right before the market completely collapsed. And there were other senators as well, Perdue also being one of them, who also dumped stock before the market started to tank, all while they were out in public saying, coronavirus, no big deal. We've got it under control. You guys don't worry. Yet they were positioning themselves to make sure they profited or at least avoided losses. Now, there was an investigation. What Kelly Loeffler has said is that she and her husband were not directly involved in that trading. It was handled by other people. That's something that rich people certainly do at times, and that investigation was concluded with lack of evidence. This is a new allegation about specific stocks that were actually purchased in order to benefit from this carryback provision that was inserted into the CARES Act, which benefited the insurance industry and also the energy industry. The other context here is that in her debate with Warnock that we covered here, he really pressed her on, so why don't we just make it illegal for members of Congress to trade stock? Why don't we just cut this out entirely? So there's not even a question or an appearance. And she would not commit to it, gave this bizarre answer about how he was attacking the American dream, which is ridiculous. As you put it, the greed of these people knows absolutely no end. You're already rich beyond what you could possibly need or want or spend in a lifetime, and you've got to hold on to the right to potentially profit while you're in public office. What a disgrace.
The American dream is to be the head of a cryptocurrency trading exchange while being married to the head of the New York Stock Exchange and then, possibly buying your way into the United States Senate. That's a dream right there. All right.
Sounds great. All right, more rising for you after this.